guys? Hey, how are you guys doing? It is Friday, and Friday is a magical day of the week where the weekend comes next. And my hubby don't work on the weekends, so boom, bam, booda, 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 bam. Yes. And sorry if you do have to work the weekends. I still love you. So today I'm going to talk about weight loss surgery and sex because I never really broach it. So for those of you who are just finding this video and you know a damn thing about me, how you guys doing? Number one, I used to weigh 523 pounds. I am in a weird kind of limbo to get a revision for my gastric bypass. I'm 3.7 months out, 3 years, 7 months out from my original gastric bypass. I've lost a ridiculous amount of weight. I have a ridiculous amount of skin. I'll also touch on that for you. I don't know why I'm doing this, but you guys, bang, bang, bang. So I'm going to touch on that for you guys today. Touch and sex. All right. So we're on a good start for this. Weight loss surgery. There are a lot of people who are like, I don't like my skin, so I don't want my husband to see my extra skin in bed, and I don't want to see my skin doing this and that, and I feel so disgusting, and I want to vomit, and I can't be intimate. Excuse me. Let's stop that train of thought real quick, okay? I got more booty now than I have ever had in my life, and I was not a virgin when I met Matthew. Surprise, surprise, surprise. Oh, surprise, surprise. No, ma'am. I've always had a sexual partner. Even at my highest, Matthew was like down on it. I'm just saying, like, I've never not really had relations. And I've always been big. So Matthew is not a chubby chaser. And there's nothing wrong with those people. I'm just telling you, Matthew is not. He did not get with me because I was heavy. He got with me because, you know, we connected. We just connected in kind of all spiritual, you know, that's my soulmate kind of deal. It wasn't because, damn, I love your skin, girl. Give me that booty. I mean, that did happen, but not quite in that way. So I get more now than I ever have. Ever have. And I never really talk about it on this channel because it's such a weird kind of taboo thing within the weight loss community. Nobody really wants to talk, just like suicide and mental health and, you know, regain and all that other crap nobody wants to talk about. But I will. And that's why you here. So when I was my heaviest, it was very hard for me. Yep. Hi, my name's Nirvana. I'm 12. Nice to meet you. So it was very difficult. There we go. For me to do the deed because I just had I was just ridiculously rotund even. So it was very hard for us, but we managed it. Like it wasn't as frequent as it is now, but we did what we needed to do as a married couple. We found ways to be intimate, but pain from being so obese and pain from, you know, having to be in one position and or another to try to make it work was very hard on us towards the end of it. So now that I've dropped over 200 pounds, like it is, let me put it this way, okay? And I'm just gonna be honest. So if you're letting your kids watch this, this is not the birds and the bees talk for them. This is not a channel that's really good for kids because I got a potty mouth, number one, and number two, I talk about stuff like this in a very blunt and honest way. So I'm just gonna come out and say it the way that I would understand it. So here we go. So when I was heavier, much heavier, I couldn't do missionary. Mostly because I couldn't keep my legs up and it would hurt my back And also because my stomach was so big. I mean, my stomach stuck out like 2 feet. It was ridiculous. And plus my apron, my panaculectomy, well, that's the taking off of the apron. My panis, the big fat apron that a lot of people have that hangs down, it would be in the way. So there was no way to really hold that and be comfortable without having my boobs smush up against my neck meats and suffocate me. So I think I stopped having any kind of like missionary type sex when I was probably like 23, because I had gotten over 400 pounds and it became too hard. It's gonna be one of those videos, guys. Also, yeah, so the only position I was able to be in, and even then it was becoming much more difficult, was doggy style. I couldn't be on top because I'd probably kill him, and my hips and my back and my knees would not support it. My husband is very skinny. He's very lanky. He is 6'7", and I'm 5'10" to 11 on a good day, depending on how my spine's acting. But my husband is very tall, so we mesh perfectly. Like, our stuff is lined up the way it's supposed to. But I had too much fat in the way for us to really intertwine properly. So it was even hard doggy style as well, because I had such a gigantic ass that, so that's all I'm gonna say on that point. It was much harder. Now I have zero issues. Any position he could possibly want, I'm there. I'm doing it. It's the way it needs to be. We are excited to try new stuff all the time. I'm not scared like I was before. I was very frightened to do anything other than our normal. Probably a good year and a half after my gastric bypass. As I started to slim down in different ways, we found out that, okay, well, we can try other stuff. We can do other stuff. Other stuff is okay. I'm comfortable now. Coming into my own, I'm just going to put it this way, coming to understand what my body is capable of and learning to love what I have at the time is something that a lot of people don't get to. Like, they don't really, they really don't understand. I had to become comfortable with what I have, because I don't have a magic wand that immediately makes me look like a supermodel. And that's never going to happen for me. Even if I somehow, some way, get enough money one day to be able to take off all of the extra skin that I have. So nothing is flopping, nothing is smacking when we're doing stuff, nothing is in the way. I don't have to pull, any skin out of the way or anything like that. Even if I still have to love what I have now in order to fully enjoy myself, because I don't want to wait. I don't want this, well, after I get 360 body lift, then I'll love my body. Then I'll be happy, having sex. Then I'll try this. Then I'll try that. Then I'll let him touch me. Then that wasn't going to work for us, because my husband loves me just the way I am. He has loved me from my very biggest, and now he's loved me the way I am now, and that's not changed. What changed was my mindset. Number one, when I was my biggest, I was in a lot more pain in a different way than I am now. I was a more mentally unstable than I am now. And, even though we would definitely have sex, it would not be near as enjoyable for me. And I know it wasn't near as enjoyable for him, because there's a huge difference between now and then. Sex is not something that you need to be ashamed of. Your body is not something that you need to be ashamed of. Is it the most attractive thing ever to have a whole bunch of skin? No. But do I want to wait and hope one day the magic wand fairy, the fairy comes out of the sky and says, okay, we're going to fix all your problems with your skin, and then you can finally love yourself? No. That rarely ever happens. And I don't know anybody who has, a couple $100,000 just sitting in the bank waiting for skin surgery. I ain't got that. So if I don't want any booty, then that would be all fine and dandy. I could be like, don't touch me. But then he's going to, why would I make him miserable too? Like, he loves me. He loves the way I look. He loves touching me. He loves, snuggling and kissing and being with me. And for me to be like, oh, I'm so disgusting and gross and filthy and, oh, God, my skin makes me so... You were saying the same shit when you were like 300, 400, 500, 600 pounds. Oh, I don't want him to see how fat I am underneath the clothes. I have to turn off all the lights. I don't want him to look at me. I don't want him to see. I don't want him to touch my under my pants. I don't want him to feel the fat there. You're saying the same shit then. So then once you had weight loss surgery, you start saying the same thing over and over again. But now it's changed from, well, I didn't like the way that looked, to I don't like the way this looks. When are you going to like yourself? When are you gonna be happy with yourself enough to enjoy your life? Because for me, if I don't get me some, I am not happy. I am not happy at all. I'm miserable. I'm pissy. I need intimacy, and I don't mean just sex. I need physical intimacy, skin to skin intimacy with my husband. And for me to pull away from him hurts him. It hurts my husband. It bothers my husband when I'm like, don't touch my arms, or don't touch, because there was a period of time when I was having issues with my large apron where I didn't want him to touch underneath it because it disgusted me in a different way, because I was having infections underneath it. It wasn't because of the skin itself. I was having infections. So I was always like, I don't want you to touch that, because it wouldn't stay dry the way I wanted it to stay dry, and I just didn't like it. But after I had that taken off, I don't have any other places on my body that I have that real amount of issues with. So he has free range to love on me as he sees fit. I think it's really important to talk about a few things now that I've said, body positivity. Learn to love yourself as much as you can, because we can't always change what's wrong with us. We can't always, get all our skin fixed. So why would you continue to make yourself and your husband or boyfriend or girlfriend or, whatever, completely and utterly miserable, or not date, or not want to be in the dating scene because you have a lot of extra skin? If somebody's going to love you, they're going to love you for you, not your skin, not how good your body looks. They're going to love you because of just you. They're going to love you because of you, because of your personality, because of who you are, because you are not the skin on your body. You are not. You are more than that. You are worth more than that. The next thing I will sit and talk about is pain. When you start losing a ridiculous amount of weight. Now, I don't know nothing about penises. I'm sorry. I mean, other than I have to touch one and I do stuff with it, I don't know really much about the dick. I don't know much. I mean, other than what my husband tells me about it, and I don't know what it's like to have weight loss surgery and be a dude. I would say follow Robert, VSG Robert, or Scotty RNY. Maybe they can answer those kind of questions for you if you're a guy. If you're not a guy and you're a female, I can answer all those. So you're going to have a fupa. That is a fat upper poussoir area. You're going to have it. You're going to have it. I don't know anybody who has been severely overweight or just overweight and not had some extra fat in that area. And when you lose weight, it loses weight. And so you're left with a lot of floppy, nasty, funky skin down there. And I have probably like 4 or 5 inches of skin that needs to be pulled up and tightened. But again, if anybody knows about that magic wand fairy that needs to come down and fix my shit, I'm down for it. Send her my way. California. Tell her thank you. I got plenty of shit she can fix. So, again, body positivity, Nirvana. It ain't easy, but it's important. So, you're going to have a lot of skin in that area too. Keeping yourself dry, clean, especially right before happy fun times. I am not very spontaneous. My husband will tell you that, because I like to feel very clean if we're going to have relations. I like to go and freshen up, just because it makes me feel better. It makes me feel better. I know what I'm dealing with. I know that, one way or the other, he wouldn't care, but it just makes me feel better in the long run. So I always go and freshen up. You can buy wipes. They have vaginal wipes that you can buy that are really help with the pH and everything like that. You can use baby wipes, baby powder. Give yourself a bath, whatever you need to do to make yourself feel fresh and clean and happy and ready for some fun time. Because everybody needs some fun time. Now, pain. When you start losing all that weight and you're starting to have, good old, you know what I'm saying? When you're starting to have that type of stuff, it is very important, because they're bony, and that area might not have a whole lot of skin left, but might not have a whole lot of fat left in it, and you're hitting bone against bone, and it doesn't feel good sometimes. Sometimes, like my pelvic bones, because in that area where he took my penis, I don't have a whole lot of fat in that area at all, and so if my husband's not very careful, I get a lot of pain of bone on bone. And also, if I'm on top, I get a lot of pain, hitting, because my husband is not fat either. So he's really bony. Like he's got a bone for me, all right. Focus, Nirvana. This is why I don't make these kind of videos, because I can't. All right. Anyway, so there is some vaginal pain there, just because the skin and stuff like that, and then you have to deal with the floppy skin making noise during happy fun time. I have told people this before. My boobs look like two stretched out tube socks filled with cottage cheese or pancake batter. You're welcome. #you're welcome for that imagery. So when we are having happy fun time, there's a lot of smacking and noise that happens. And also, if it's missionary, my boobs go into my armpits. I'm just gonna be honest, like that. That's what happens. That is what happens. I mean, depends on how much skin you have. It depends on the way your body looks. Depends on how much of your boobs you lost. All of these things are relative to the person, but I'm telling you my world according to Nirvana, or the world according to Nirvana. So other than that, I would really stress that you need to be happier with just you and take some time to kind of marinate on that. I don't think anybody should have to be lonely because they're embarrassed of extra skin or what. You should embrace what you have now, hope for better in the future, and enjoy life, because we never ever know how much time we have on this earth. You could drop dead tomorrow. Might as well have sex and be happy today. I love your beautiful, gorgeous, amazing faces. I hope everyone's having a wonderful start of their weekend, and I'll talk to you tomorrow. Mwah.